How's everybody doing? My name's Mike from Roots Canine Training. Today I got Luna with me, and what we're going to go over is how you can use a stall chain or a tether on a fearful dog and for safety. Okay, so one of the things I noticed about her is when we were working on down, I was working on down with her the first time. Some dogs it's fairly easy, so I don't want her, I don't want her licking on me like that, no. Because puppies get into this habit where they just start, they just start licking everything. And it gets annoying sometimes, if you don't correct them, they're not going to grow out of it. They're just going to keep licking everything and get their mouth closed too. So you got to set up boundaries. You got to set up boundaries for them. So what I'm doing is, she's a fearful dog, so I was trying to get her to lay down, and how we do that is we just use pressure on the leash. I simply just pull the leash in a downward motion. I pull the leash in a downward motion. So she is more fearful than Kira, who is her litter mate. Kira was very easy to get to lay down. I just had to encourage her, pat the ground, and she would lay down. I let her know that's what I wanted, and she just started doing it for me. Very easy to work with. She was a little more fearful, and she can be a little harder to work with pretty much everything. It's just a little harder with her. Each dog is different, and we got to get them to understand in a way that they respect. So when I started putting pressure on the leash, I noticed she was jumping back, and you can tell when a dog's looking at you with eyes when they're getting ready to bite you. And she kept giving me these eyes, like if I keep putting pressure on her, she was going to bite. And she didn't bite or anything like that because I noticed those signs. So then the next precaution we take is we use a stall chain or a tether. So she's on a 3-foot tether right now. So this limits her area that she can run or back up from to block that fear. So they have a few stages when they're before they're submitting to an exercise. They have fight, flight, and avoidance, and then submission. So we have to use whatever tools we need that are going to help the dog. And after using the stall chain, within 24 hours of getting her, of reapproaching the situation, because she was doing a lot of protesting, so put pressure on the chain, she would back up and just bark, 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 bark. She was definitely in a fearful, panic mode just because she didn't know what I was doing. So I use this stall chain on her, and I just encourage her to get down. I just stay out of her area, and then I let her know when her paws hit the ground it's exactly what I wanted. So I'll show you what that looks like. Come here, girl. Heel. Sit. Atta girl. So now I just go like this. Down. Atta girl. Good girl. Good down. But I'm staying out of her reach so she's not feeling like she wants to break down to get to me. Good girl. Good down. Heel. Sit. Good. Sit. Sit. Down. Atta girl. Because she knows what I want now. So this stall chain, this tether kept me safe from her biting me. So any apprehension I had goes away immediately when I use this tether. So if you feel like, if your dog is fearful and doesn't want to do something because they're unsure, biting is an option for them sometimes, and you can usually see it in their eyes. So this stall chain is great for her, and obviously she's achieved this without it just in a couple days, and I feel totally safe with her. Heel. Sit. Atta girl. Good sit. Down. Atta girl. Good down. So this right here, this is important. This is submissive play. So I'm rewarding her, but if you notice, she's on her back and I'm on top of her. So this is actually a good angle. Good girl. Good girl. Atta girl. That's a good down. So I'm letting her, this is why she lays down for me now, is because she knows she gets a ton of affection when she lays down. So this is actually good play. Good girl, good down. This is the kind of affection you want to give your puppy, where she's on her back, and you can do whatever with her and let her be on her back and you be dominant over top of her. Just like this. This gets her used to being submissive to you. Atta girl. Good down, girl. Good down. Heel. Sit. No, sit. See, she's starting to go down before I ask her to go down because she knows that gets her affection. So that's a good thing. Down. Atta girl, good girl, good girl. So again, submissive. That's what we want. I mean, this is way better. See, the down will get cleaned up in later on in training, and I won't be petting her belly when she lays down, stuff like that. But for now, for her to learn this, we want her to associate with a very positive thing. And praise is the #1 tool I use to get dogs to do obedience commands. So you can use a tether to keep yourself safe if you think your dog may bite out of fear, or for any reason really. If you think your dog, you think your dog may bite, may bite, then you can use a tether to keep yourself safe, and it's going to keep the dog safe. And if a dog does bite you, it's harder to come back from that than if you just prevent it in the first place. So if you have any inkling that your dog may bite, use a stall chain until you're totally sure that they're not thinking about doing that anymore. Sometimes you have to rethink your game plan and change it up and work with your dog. Don't work against them. Get them to want to do whatever it is you're asking them to do. It can seem difficult sometimes, but you really just need to take a deep breath, think outside the box, and they want to work with you. They are here to please humans. We've domesticated them, and all they want to do is please humans. So it's easy to think that, oh man, this one's stubborn, this one's this or that. The truth is, she wants to please me. I just got to show her in a way that she understands and respects.